It is a bedroom size.
Hi, Angeline.
Hi, Susan. How
Good
are you?
afternoon. I'm doing great. Thank you. How's everything?
Oh, good. Yes, getting ready for London traveling.
Oh, I know. Right? Are you all packed, ready to go?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
well,
going to start packing tomorrow.
oh, wow. Well, thanks for joining us today. I know you're very busy, you have a lot of stuff going on, and you're
Oh,
going
thank
to London you're getting an award there, right? Of some sort.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
receiving a few words and also the humanitarian doctorate degree. So
Yes, yes. That's awesome. Congratulations.
thank you.
And today we're going to talk a little bit about Giving Tuesday and how we are all involved in Giving Tuesday. And you are our VP, Vice President of American Society of Community Benefits. So I'm so glad that I have your support in all of this, the craziness that I've involved us with the nonprofit and just in general, right? The crazy life of Susan Vanderburgh. All right, so there's been a lot of questions about Giving Tuesday. What is it? So I created a little PowerPoint to go and basically, share with people. Um,
Great.
and as you know, here's the Giving Tuesday logo. It's a Giving Tuesday is a huge organization, and every year we have. Well, I say we now because we represent Giving Tuesday. There's an event Tuesday after Thanksgiving, and that's what we're doing this year. Is Tuesday after Thanksgiving. Sorry, my phone is just going crazy. Um, all right. So this map, this is uh, very important to me.
Wow.
uh,
That,
this is where this is where Giving Tuesday takes place. All those red hearts on the
oh,
map.
wow.
Yeah, all those red dots, hearts that you see on the map. So when I first started our nonprofit, I thought our biggest challenge might be to get funding, and of course our next bigger challenge might be visibility on who will see who will see us and how will they help us if they can't see us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
then I thought, okay, as soon as we got our non 501c3 designation, I was really like focused on getting visibility. So then in August this year, I actually reached out to Giving Tuesday, and I got an interview. This was at the end of August. Got an interview with Giving Tuesday, and Giving Tuesday said, yes, we want you to come on board and represent us in your local community. So then I thought, well, that's cool. That's why I was talking about the map. The map. This is the map in the United States. And you see that the map, we are in the California area here. Sorry,
Yes.
phone just keeps buzzing. So our little campaign here is the blue heart.
No.
That's
Okay.
us. Yeah. So
So
what this means,
Southern California has like 3 or 4.
a handful of us here, only like
It looks
five
like
in
they have.
our local area. Now it's five
Mhm.
because there we
Yes.
are. See, so we got added to the map, and I was so happy. I was like, really? I was so excited. Yeah, and that's why I was making the announcement on Sunday at the Kindness Day Awards, and we picked up a couple of community partners at that event. And what this means really, with all of these hearts, those are all the various campaigns globally, right? Well, this is just the United States, but these are all the campaigns. And what this means, us having a heart on this map, it means we are one of 400 community leaders running the campaign. You see why I was so excited about it? It's like we're on the map, Angeline.
Yes.
So yeah. Anyway, this belongs to us, American Society of Community Benefits. So Giving Tuesday is not going to say, "Oh, you can't do this next year," or "This is going to somebody else." This is our own for us to continue, from now on for as long as we can. All right. So, what is a community partner? This is one of the major questions. So, you are a community partner because you're helping with some of the costs of the campaign by donating, or whatever you can do to help us. You're a community partner. Um, so, what are the benefits of being a community partner? Well, you get to showcase your brand and corporate image, and it's one day in the year where you can show your approachable side of your business. You get to meet other community partners and your customers, and of course, there's customer reach with the marketing that we're doing.
Mhm.
And then they're asking me, "Do you need vendors?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course, we need vendors. We need people to come sell stuff, to get their name out there." And I mean, that's the whole point of it, is that we can help others. And another reason why we are community partners is because, um, we want to make sure we can have enough, like, bandwidth to reach more people.
Yeah.
And as a campaign leader, we are the community leader. We have to we have to be able to help others, not just our organization, but there are other nonprofits that are signed on with us. And that's the pretty crucial part of all of this, is that if we didn't agree to help other organizations, we would not have a place on that map.
Yes.
This is why I was so excited about it, because it means we are making an impact, and not just for ourselves, but for other organizations that are depending on us to help them. What do you think of that?
Oh, great. Yes.
When I saw these thumbs up, I'm like, "Oh, we're on the map, we're on the map." I'm seeing thumbs up, like,
Yes.
you guys
Great.
aren't even excited.
Yes. Great.
I know, right? Yeah, thank you. Um, okay, so what do vendors get? Well, they get a space between 11 to 30 p.m. on the day of Giving Tuesday. That's this year's.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we'll be in San Bernardino this year.
Hmm.
And the community partners levels are $25. This is a donation to get exposure before and after the event, marketing on social media, flyers, websites.
Hmm.
$50 donation level is the exposure before and after the event, marketing on social media, flyers, websites, e-magazine page. Oh wait, did I miss the? Oh yeah, that's the e-magazine page. Okay, so then the $100 level, you get exposure before and after the event, marketing on social media, flyers, websites, e-magazine page, one-on-one interview, which is what you and I are doing, and the
Hmm.
ads. And of course, we're streaming to various websites. So we're getting our name out there too. And how much does it cost? Well, vendors are donating between, well, either $15 or $24 for the space for the entire day.
Wow.
And
Very
community,
reasonable.
I know I mean, we want to make sure we can include as many people as possible in the community. And I know usually vendor spaces would cost a lot more than that, you know, even if it's just a 1 day event. But we want to make sure people can join us, you know, and that won't be a barrier. For community partners, we are asking $25 and up, so 25, 50, 100. And recommended donation is $25 per nonprofit that is signed up with us. So I was like, "Why are you doing this, Susan?" I'm like, "Well, because I want to be on the map." That was the biggest goal was to get visible, like be visible. As you know, as a business mentor and a coach, right? You've spoken with a lot of businesses. Some of their problems is visibility, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. And if people don't know about us, then they can't help us or even join us in what we're doing or making a difference. So,
Yes.
as a nonprofit, I feel like we really need to have that visibility, um, especially with us. We have board members here in California, you're in Arizona, and we have people in Georgia, and we have people in Canada, right? So,
Hmm.
it's important. And you know what's cool? What happened today was we got recognized by one of the community leaders in Kenya.
Wow. Awesome.
I was like, wow. I didn't expect that. You know, out of 400 people, we were maybe one of like, I think there were only five of us being recognized, and our campaign was recognized by
Hmm.
by one of the leaders in Kenya.
Oh, great.
I know. So people, we need, you know what we need? We need people to donate to the fund. I'm calling it the fund, but it's really the
Yeah.
campaign, and it's easy to donate. They just go to the Eventbrite link. I feel like that was the best way to do this because we can track, at least get the email addresses at the same time when they donate, or whoever is donating, or whoever is signing up to be a community partner or be a vendor, you know. And I just thought that was the best way. But overall, I feel like the why is really, I mean, yes, we need to be visible, right?
Hmm.
And then secondly, we have to get the community support. So in order to support others, they support us, and we could also in turn support others. So that's pretty much
So
it's
I have
an
this question.
accomplishment.
Yeah, I have these questions, for anybody who watch us
Uh-huh.
that to donate, because Christmas is coming.
Right.
Can they, instead of donate cash, can they donate a gift card?
Yeah, they can do that.
And
Um,
I just have some idea. Like some people
mhm,
can donate a gift card because let's say maybe in their credit card they have points, and you can redeem the points for
mhm,
gift card. So it may not necessarily cost any of you money
mhm,
because if you use, some of your credit card, and since this is a Giving Tuesday, you get points, and then maybe you can redeem
mhm,
the point for a gift card, and people can
mhm,
always use a gift card for
mhm.
the holiday.
That's a good idea. I mean, how would they do that though? If we're doing
Depends on your credit card because some credit card provide points, and like my
mhm,
credit card, and so that's why I am, beside
mhm,
donating my, um I know you're gonna talk later, but
mhm,
so I'm gonna start because in my credit card I have enough points that I'm going to donate a Macy's gift card,
ooh,
$25.
that's awesome.
So, and it doesn't cost me anything, of course. So I get to redeem the $25 gift card Macy's. Instead of using it for myself, I'm
Mhm,
giving it to Giving Tuesday. So somebody can go to Macy's and, whatever the gift they want to buy, at least they have a $25 gift card. And and you can do it digitally or via email, or I can mail it. So that's up to you. So I'm just suggesting this, that as you know, many people with their credit card, they do have that kind of
mhm.
program. So just
Well,
think about that, and that's something that you can do.
thank you. That's very generous. You know, you are giving up something. You're giving up $25 and the potential
Yeah,
that you buy something cool.
but it doesn't affecting my budget. You see what I mean? That is what I'm
Yeah.
saying, that it's you, that's what giving is mean. Instead of spending
Mhm.
it for you, you
Yes.
have that for other people to spend it on.
Mhm.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, it's still something. I mean, well, I don't know how we will split the $25 gift card. So we might have to raffle it off, or that might just be a
Yeah,
gift.
because it's
Um,
for anybody that wants to, to have that gift card.
yes,
And so they can use that for their, and they can give it to somebody else, if they
I
win
know.
that, for the Christmas present to somebody.
Yeah,
So to me, that's what nice thing about gift card.
yeah, I know. I like Macy's. Um,
Yes.
get all kinds of stuff there.
Yes, Macy's is everywhere, right? So
I wonder if there's one in Canada.
I don't know. I don't know. I know it's in all over United
There's
States.
a lot of yeah, a lot of locations, and you can buy it online. Not just like go to the store. You can go to the
Yeah.
online. Yeah.
So I can make arrangement with you to see whether
Mhm.
um, people, whether you want it digital or a physical card that being mailed. So that's
Yeah.
so
We
that for
might
the
have to do
Tuesday
digital.
after Thanksgiving, you can raffle that up.
Okay. Yeah, we might have to do digital because,
Yeah, I think digital will be easier, right? So
right.
it's instant. Yeah,
Especially if we want to ship something to Canada, it's pretty expensive.
yeah. So
I'm talking to my Canadian friends and family members out there.
yeah,
Yeah, it gets costly. Well, I have your logo here, AB for Angeline Benjamin.
yes, and yeah. So as you notice that my logo, I make it simple.
Right.
So just my name, Angeline Benjamin, because it is my brand. It's my name. That's my brand. And so purple is one of my favorite colors. So I decided that's my brand. And I am an action coach with results. Also,
Mhm.
I'm a speaker and also an author. And in addition, I am a member of Global Society for Female Entrepreneur, and I am a board member of the GSFE, Global Society for Female Entrepreneur, and also I am a director for the Virtual Thursday Chat Network. And I broadcasting my meeting once a month from Arizona.
Mhm. You forgot to mention you're vice president of our
Oh
organ-
yes, and so I'm the vice president of the organization. This organization, yes.
American Society
Thank
of
you
Community Benefits.
for including me in this organization. I'm very honored.
Yes, we're happy that you can join us, and very delighted, quite delighted that you could share your expertise with taking action.
Yes,
And, you know,
and
getting
so I think
something,
yeah. So the next questions you have, I explain what I do, and as I call myself semi-retired because if I say retired, then people said I don't do anything.
right?
Um, I retired basically from my corporate job or as an employee. And so I have retired many, many years ago and
Mhm.
starting my own consulting. But then I reduced my hours for consulting because I want to spend equally or some of my time in doing a nonprofit, supporting a nonprofit organization. And why I do that? Because to me, just like you say, Giving Tuesday, I just want to make a difference to people because I have been blessed being healthy and have been able to do many, many things and in my consulting too, and I was able to help people. So I just want to be able to give back. And because I feel that when you are receiving something that are so blessed and with the life that I have, I want to give it back, pay forward. And I'm hoping that it can go in cycles. So when I help somebody else, that person also will do the same thing. So then everything is going in cycle that it doesn't stop the giving part. And that's what I believe that when life has been very good to you, that we need to give something back.
And that's important. It's like the ripple effect of giving,
Yes,
right? You open the door for someone, and then the next person in
yes,
turn opens the door for someone else. Um,
yes.
so I guess in a way we're like opening doors for other nonprofits because we, as the community leader in our area, which is Inland Empire, um, we are giving visibility to the other nonprofits that are signed on with us,
Mm,
and they are relying on us to help them. So when people donate to the fund, to the campaign, it's not just funds for American Society of Community Benefits.
mhm,
You know, it's not just supporting our own cause, but supporting the other causes of the other nonprofits that are signed on with us.
mm,
So, as you know, our cause is providing housing for veterans, domestic abuse survivors, and youth aging out of foster care. But the other nonprofits that are signed on is like GSFE is Women
yes,
Empowerment.
Mhm.
business and entrepreneur empowerment, training, you know, um, what do you call it? It's networking, and then
Yeah,
we have elderly, and we have mental health. That's also part of the campaign.
yeah,
So the $25, $5, if everyone could just donate, that could all be distributed to all the nonprofits part of this campaign.
yeah.
Hmm.
And if, yeah, if I may, mention the GSFE because I'm very passionate about
I
that
know.
and being a board member too. Is at GSFE we are, sisterhood organization, and what
Mhm.
it means is that we're helping our members to grow as a
Mhm.
as an entrepreneur. And what it means is that we provide very affordable workshop, and
Mhm.
we are having a mastermind session if you
Yes.
remember at no cost
Yep.
monthly. And also every time when we have a meeting we have a speaker, and our speaker are either empowering or
Mhm.
inspiring or educational. So to me that is what the purpose is, to help our entrepreneur to go to the next level. Because if they started it, they may not be able to afford to go all these for personal development. Because I learned in order for us to go, there is a lot of things that we have to go through personal development
Mhm.
for us to be better in what we do. And
Exactly.
insight training, right? Personal development is mean our mindset. Because
Mhm.
certain things, like me, I admitted that, coming from corporate, yeah, I have to change my mindset from corporate environment, the attitude into the uh, entrepreneurship. And
Yes.
that is a mindset that you need to set yourself to be able to do that. And
Right.
at the GSFE, we help you to do that.
Yep. And it's so important to surround ourselves with people who are going through a similar journey, right?
Yes. Mhm.
So, for example, we as a young nonprofit, I feel like we're a little bit ahead of the ones who've already started before us. You know, I guess in a way, I'm patting myself on my back.
Yes.
Um, you know, because I've learned from the best of best coaches, and I've
Great.
also
Yeah.
associated with you.
Mhm.
So we learn from the best, and I've I've mentored other clients who have their own nonprofits, and I feel like wow, I I took the fast track, you know, you
Yes.
know what I mean.
Mm.
Many of them don't reach the level we're at like in 3 months. Where officially I've only started this campaign in August, end of August, and our nonprofit officially was put together in April. And the entire board came
Mhm.
together sometime in September. Remember when
Yes.
we had that? I'm like, hey, can you help me do this because we need to get
Yes.
this funding for for the housing, and everybody's just came on board. It was crazy, and yeah, now we have this um, amazing opportunity. I say crazy because it's sort of like you can't really imagine it ahead of time, right? But
Mm.
once you're on that track, you just keep going, and then it just takes you to where you're supposed to be. Sort of like with Giving Tuesday, I thought I want to be on that map. That was the first thing. I want to be on that map. And
Yes.
then next thing was okay. Now we need to find other nonprofits that need help, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we got,
Yes.
and then we got community partners, and we got a venue. Now Giving Tuesdays next Tuesday.
Yeah. We just have to take action, like you see here that
Yep.
myself being an action coach, in case
Mhm.
people wonder what's that mean, is
And
that basically I am a coach to help my clients to take action.
mhm.
Once, let's say you want to do something, I guess in my vocabulary, one of these day it's not doesn't work for me. Commit, like the date. And then if you are not able to achieve that, then you can set another date. But if we
Yes.
don't have a target, we don't say what we want, we don't say
Mhm.
when we want it by, it will not happen because we don't have a target. And so that's why, to me, you
Mm-hmm.
know, what you want to do, have a mindset, okay, I want to do this by certain date. And don't worry whether you can achieve it or not. And
Yes.
it is true, like you said, Susan, yeah, you do have to find a coach or a mentor that help
Mm-hmm.
you, because we as a human being, we are designed to work with somebody. And so to me, everybody needs somebody else.
Yep.
So everybody, I don't care who they are. And so some people need more, some people just need one, two, but
Mm-hmm.
everybody needs somebody else. So,
Yep.
and in here I see that, yeah, I am donating 1 hour of my business coaching to, to anybody. I guess you're going to raffle that. Um,
We will. See, here's the thing about what we're doing, because this is the first year we're doing this. I mean,
mhm.
we have an outline of what we want, but then we might have to improvise a little bit and change a little bit of the details. At
Okay.
first, we were just going to sell a ticket and then, and do the raffle. But
Okay.
but currently, I think we will be doing it at live auction on site
Okay.
because we now
And
have a DJ.
yeah,
Yeah.
so in addition for donating my 1 hour coaching, I will
Oh,
provide my the winner
um,
my book. And
nice.
because my coaching will be based and from my experience of life lesson to
Mm-hmm.
this book. So whoever win that will receive my signed copy of this book.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And this book, in the way I write this book, is not just reading. It's
Mm-hmm.
each chapter I ask my reader to have reflection about
Oh,
that chapter. So, in other words, life lesson. What is your reflection of that chapter? And then I provide a thought to inspire my reader. And then I ask questions to empower my reader.
wow.
And so each one that we basically have reflection, a thought, for you to be
Uh-huh.
inspired, questions. So by the time you finish this, then it's kind of like having you to really have a reflection, a thought about your life.
Mm-hmm.
And so I found this is very, very helpful, even myself, to if I read this too, that's why I do this. And
Yep.
if you notice that, you see the pictures here of my parents, I
Oh,
dedicated this to my parents because without them,
mm-hmm.
I will not be who I am now.
Yeah. I know
And
what you mean.
so that's why I'm so grateful to my parents. They made a lot of
Mm-hmm.
not only sacrifice them, they have guide us, since we were a child, to
Mm-hmm.
be somebody that we're proud of.
I know.
And so because of that, um, I have their photo in front.
That's like a bonus. I need to tell everybody that's a bonus.
And some people thought that was me. I said, "Oh, I'm glad." So I do look like my
I was
mom.
like, I don't remember seeing that photo of you. Where's that man?
Yeah, so that's my mom and my dad.
I know. I know.
Unfortunately, they passed away already, so
Yeah.
that's why I
Hmm.
dedicated it to them. And so,
That's pretty cool. Thank you. That's very generous.
oh, thank
Um,
you. And at least I can do, because to me, I feel good knowing that somebody else able to change their life,
yeah.
right?
It's
And
very
like
weird.
me, I was mentored by somebody else too. So who I have become beside my parents, I have, like you, Susan said, I have mentors, I have coaches who who have helped me
Yep.
to become who I am.
Hmm.
So that's why I am such a believer in having a mentor and a coach for us to be better in what we do, but
Hmm.
also it's a good personal development, right, for us to, but we just have to be open for change,
I know.
right?
And I was thinking that a mentor, a qualified mentor, and a coach. It's
Mhm.
like your link to success. You know,
Yes.
it's
Mhm.
like your connection to where you didn't know you could go.
Yes. Yeah.
But the
Because
mentor and
because
the coach
somebody
are there.
else, yeah, somebody
Mhm.
else point out to you. Sometimes you don't see your own potential until somebody else
Yep.
see that and
Exactly.
point it out to you. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes because for so many different reasons that we just don't see that.
I know.
And or maybe we see it, but we just don't have the confidence that
Mm-hmm.
we can do it, whatever that we
Exactly.
want, and including myself, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, to me, that we need to have mentor and coaches for helping us to move forward.
Exactly. So, what do you think? I mean, about us supporting the local organizations, and why should other people do the same?
Why should people do the same? It's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing that what I you said in the beginning, that you needs to pay forward and you
Yep.
have good life, you have somebody help you.
Mm-hmm.
And so to me, that when you pay forward, that
Mm-hmm.
is something to show that life is just more than yourself. It's
Exactly.
and it's and to me it's makes you feel good too, right, as a human being,
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
especially when the people you help really need the help,
Yeah, I
right?
know.
And so that just, I think, we need to encourage people to
Mm-hmm.
think outside the box. What
Right.
else can they do to help others? And some of them may said, well, maybe I don't have the money, I don't have the funds,
Mm-hmm.
but not everything needs the funds of money. It's more like you said, you're raising funds, but
Yeah.
is are you willing to put your time for that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I put in a lot of time on this.
Yeah. So you have to put your time, and being an action coach, that's what
Mm-hmm.
all I use a priority as
Mm-hmm.
for my to manage my time.
Yep.
And we all need to set a priority to do this,
Right.
and, and not be afraid to say no on certain
Mm-hmm.
things.
I know, right? So, how
Yeah.
do you work with your clients normally? Do they sign up and then you?
Yeah, no, with my client, I first, have a complimentary short interview to see whether it's something that I can help them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am the type of coach that I'm trying to match with my client. And if
Mm-hmm.
it's something they're not going to benefit from me, I'm not going to take their money and coach them, because they're not going to be better than where they are not then.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'll do, I find another other coaches to help, because I have a network of coaches that need my personality or whatever that they want to do. That's why I like to interview for a few minutes, to interview them to get some idea that what they want to do, uh, their project, or either way, personal or professional.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can do both. But
That's
I
good.
don't just do this just because I want a client. I do this because I want to make sure they can benefit from my coaching. If they cannot benefit, I
Mm.
don't want to be their coach. I will refer them to somebody else.
Right. And someone else could use your time, you know?
Yes.
It would be
Yeah, so
more
that's why
beneficial.
I call myself an action coach, because it's my specialty is I help
Mm-hmm.
them to achieve their goals.
Yes. So the website that we have for you, is that the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Yes, or just or email me,
Okay.
and you can put my email there, albenjamin
Okay.
dot bb27 at gmail.com.
We don't want
And
you to stick around.
let's mention that you saw our show, because
Yeah.
I would love you to mention about that, about our organization, that you saw us in the show, and then something intrigued you,
Hmm.
and then you get a special bonus on that too, because I want to make sure you mention about that. How
Yeah.
you find out about me just because you are watching this show, and that was put by you,
Hmm.
with our organization.
Yeah. And it's good for people to take action
Yes,
or want to take action, right?
yes.
Yeah.
And to take action, don't worry about the result, because when you take action, either they work or it doesn't work,
Right.
right?
Hmm. It's
But
better
at
than
least
sitting
you know,
and doing nothing.
because if it's not working, then it's a life lesson, I call it.
Hmm.
Then
Right.
what happened? You learn from that, and then you go to the next level. So
Hmm.
you're not staying still.
Right.
You move forward.
Yep. So, what would you say is the biggest accomplishment you help your clients? Like one
In my
example.
in my For my client,
One, just
what
one
I
example.
think the biggest accomplishment I felt
Hmm.
is that my client realized that the career that he chose, choose, was not something of his passion. He
Yeah.
did this because he thought this is what makes good income, but he was miserable.
Right.
And so sometimes you have to go through that to
Hmm.
find out.
I know.
And so that's why I felt that's one of my, to me, is the most accomplishment that I have. It's to help
Mhm.
them to really able to achieve a goal that they're really passionate about.
Yep.
And so that's, to me, that's my biggest accomplishment. And another one, I help my client to see beyond what they can see once
Hmm.
they're able to achieve their goal, because
Yep.
the satisfaction
Right.
some that you have, right, you're able to achieve that.
I know.
It makes you feel not only confidence, make you feel, oh,
Hmm.
I'm ready to tackle another project or whatever it is, because you're
Right.
able to do that.
Exactly. So,
And
what would you say is the biggest objection of people, implementing a plan? What is
that
their
they
biggest
don't want
objection?
to find a coach, or
Well, no, just like when they talk to you and they say, "Hey, Angeline, I want to do this and that," but they don't take action. What is the biggest roadblock for them?
I think one of the biggest roadblock is that because they really do not have a priorities,
Mm.
and they're not able to set up priority because of um, they don't have the confidence they can do this.
Mhm.
And another thing too is that sometimes we we have so many things that we think we have to do. Okay.
Yes, we do.
And we are having a hard time, including myself. That's why I go
Hmm.
through personal development.
Oh,
We
I
have a
know.
hard time to say no,
Yeah.
especially as women.
Right. Well,
And saying no doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
right.
Saying no now, maybe you say yes later. But if
Right.
you say no in this one, at least you can tackle some, because then you
Hmm.
are you're able to prioritize. So to me, it's very important that to have a priority.
Oh, I know. I guess with this Giving Tuesday campaign, it was
Mhm.
me seeking out what to like stuff to do.
Right. Exactly. Like
And
you,
I
for
added to my
example,
to
yeah,
do.
this week, like for example,
Hmm.
like I put a priority today to
Yeah.
set my schedule to make sure I'm prepared for this interview.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. And then I set up the time for this interview. That's because I set up the priority for today.
Yep.
And then you have a long-term priority for a project too.
Yes.
And I always ask my client that if you have a goal that your at least your weekly priority has
Mhm.
to be something related to your goal. And if you can't
Mm.
put that as part of your priority, how can you achieve that goal?
Right.
You're struggling, and you will not, before you know it, you just give it up.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
so,
true. I never
and
thought of it
that,
that way. Yeah,
yeah,
but yeah.
and having a coach,
Mm-hmm.
think about it, just like I always like to use the Olympic coach, Olympic athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Olympic athlete, they have more than just, they have a main coach and they have many different coach,
Mm-hmm.
but they have a coach for this, they have a coach for that. But their coach would remind them, what is your objective hiring me? Okay, because I want to be in the Olympic Games. Okay, then the coach said, this is what you have to do. This is point by point. And that's what I have this idea years ago, because I was a coach for at my corporate level. When I was at corporate, I did not realize how much I enjoy that. And so now I'm doing that for the nonprofit too, because I felt it's very, very beneficial for people to have a coach and
Right.
mentor. And I'm mentoring also some women and to achieve their goals.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it just, like me as a coach, I just stay with the client to make sure. For example, one day they feel down. I said, no, no, I don't feel doing it. I'm tired. Okay, find out what you're tired, but then I make them stay up, aligned with what they said they want to do.
Yep.
Now, if they don't have somebody to remind them, or somebody to um, like um, mentor them, or somebody to inspire them and empower them, they may just say, okay, I'm going to do this, to put it off. So before you know it,
Mm-hmm.
you're not able to achieve that, because we are very easy to be distracted, right?
Mm-hmm.
With other things,
There's so many things.
right?
Oh
And
yeah, I
um,
know.
especially, I think, with the social media, it is so easy for us to be distracted.
Yep.
And so, because of that, I'm the type of person just the opposite. I help my client to stay focused.
Mm-hmm. It's very important. And once being off track and then by yourself, like, oh wow,
Yeah.
instead of going straight, you just went right and then turned left and then went try to go straight again.
Yes.
On this map. Yeah, so bringing us back to this map, I'm so proud of it. I'm like, because that's pretty much like the first thing that pushed me forward. Like
Yes.
I want to
And
be on
that
that
is
map.
what I'm glad, Susan, you mentioned that we
Hmm.
should be proud of what we have accomplished.
Yes.
And then another thing too, that what you just done, declare them.
Hmm. Oh yes.
Declare what you're proud of. Because to me, that's giving, like the sound, so
Hmm.
telling people how you're proud of what you achieve.
Yep.
And before you know it, you can achieve something else, uh, that you have in mind. And that's one of my I guess my advice, or in the strategy for achieving our goal, is that one of them, you have to be able to declare that. You have to be able to say, this is my goal and this is what I want to do,
Hmm.
and sharing it with anybody that you meet. Because if you already declare it, you're already sharing it, then in our mind, I said, oh my gosh, we have to do this, because
Yeah.
we're telling so many people that I want to do this. You see, that is how our mind works, right?
Right. Hmm.
Talk and share it with as many people. This is our goal. So
Yep.
just what you do. And so because of that, in our mind, we said, oh my gosh,
Hmm.
I'm already sharing this with so many people. I need to do this.
I know. And I have to keep thinking, like, how do I stay focused, because there's so much stuff to do to get this
Mhm.
campaign going. Like yesterday, Sunday, I literally spent the whole day doing interviews,
Hmm.
creating ads and doing all kinds of stuff on social media.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I'm a pro now. I can
And
do all this stuff.
yeah, and I'm not, I'm not saying that I'm perfect in prioritizing things. I'm work in progress, and I think we all do, but I'm
Yes.
work in progress, I admit it. But one thing that I found is very helpful: every evening
Mm-hmm.
I have what the list, and I like to write it down, because I found out that when
Mm,
you write
yes.
it down, your
Mm-hmm.
brain connecting with
Yep.
you when you write it. I don't know what it is, but it's writing, it's really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And so every evening, I will write what I'm going to do for
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or I have another list, I write it down when it's due, so then I know. But
Mm-hmm.
every night, I have a list, things to do, and not too many of them, because you can list all of them, but then you prioritize one, two, three, four. So
No,
you have to do the one, two, three, four, five first before you do the rest of them.
absolutely.
And so doesn't mean that is, oh gosh, if I can't do it because of other reason, that's okay, don't worry about it,
Yep.
because then you can change it for the next day. But
Mm-hmm.
at least you read it, because I do things to do, I read them. I said, oh, I have to do this first. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then everything else is not in the list. I'm not doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what the one where we say no,
Yep.
right? So,
Staying
like somebody
focused.
call you, said, well, I like you to do this. This is very important. Well, not today, because today, so
You
then
make a list.
I can do this tomorrow or the
Mhm.
next day, whatever it is, because it's not in my list.
I know. That's true. I guess that's what kept me focused was that we are officially on that map and we are the community leader for
Mhm.
this campaign and we cannot let any of those nonprofits down. We have to push forward. I
Mhm.
mean, we lost a few people along the way, it's like,
Uh,
ooh, it's just the way it is, you know.
yeah,
You just have
but
to keep
we
moving.
don't want to get discouraged, right?
Yeah.
And we just have to keep,
Hmm. Yeah, we just have to keep moving
doing.
forward.
And what you say here, you want to raise fund for the veterans, domestic abuse survivors, and business owner, youth, elderly, mental health,
Mhm. Yep.
and
Yeah.
that's a big um,
Yeah.
job in front of you, a big
It's not
task
just,
in
I
front of
know,
you.
because it's not just our organization. We're helping others. We're helping other people's causes. Um, that's why I was like recommending $25 per nonprofit that is signed on with us as donation.
Yeah,
And
and right. And then in my coaching, also my
Mhm.
style, and I learned this from my parents, that when I help people,
Mhm.
I don't give people like, okay, it's free this, free that. I teach them, because I learned from my parents this. I'm sure that you heard about this
Mhm.
statement, um, that don't give the fish, teach them to fish.
Exactly.
So I am sure, if you, as a human being, if we don't help them to help themselves,
Hmm.
they will become helpless. And
Right.
and to me, that's not right.
I know.
And we give something for them to start with, but
Hmm.
we need to help them, to teach them how
Exactly.
they can be independent, how they can do this, finding them the tool for them,
Yep.
like personal development, help them to be encouraged, to be
Hmm.
have self-confidence, help them. I believe in that. Help them people to be able to go to the next level.
Exactly.
And I don't want people to stay the same and just give them, but they don't have to do anything. You're
No.
not helping them to improve. And they're just going to be the same status, and they are. And
I
I
know.
just would like to have people to change their status
Yep.
to the
Exactly.
next level.
And
And
that's
to
what we
do
do.
that, we have to help them, to teach them
Mhm.
how to do that.
Yep. And that's what we do as mentors and coaches, right?
Mhm.
We had to teach them how to fish, how to catch that,
How
whatever
to
they're
catch that
catching.
fish, not giving them the fish every time,
Yep.
because then they don't have to do anything,
Exactly.
and we're not helping them.
I know, I know. Well, but as a nonprofit, we are relying on public funds
Hmm.
to help us further our mission. Well, for our Giving Tuesday event, we have a listing on Eventbrite, and that's the easiest way I thought of being able to, you know,
Yes.
generate
Yeah.
donations and
So you
whatever.
see that, yeah, and just go there
Hmm.
and you can donate,
And
right?
people can find the event in San Bernardino when you go to
Yeah, you
Eventbrite,
can find the event.
eventbrite.com. Yeah.
And again, Susan, maybe just people just join us. So when is that event? Giving
Oh,
Tuesday, the date and
no,
the time?
it's November 29. It's a Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for those of you just join us, and
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be November 29
Mm-hmm.
from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Yep.
in San Bernardino. That's the address there.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I cannot join you. Number one, I will be in London.
I
In
know.
fact, November 21, I'll be in the, yeah, I'll be in the London. I'll be in London by then because I'm
Yeah.
leaving 28th.
Yep.
And then,
Mm,
so I'll be thinking about you
thank you.
while I'm in the airplane or maybe in, yeah, in London already.
I think you'll be in London already.
Yes.
Our other partner, Cara, is also going to be there.
Oh,
So
okay.
she said that
Yes,
she'll
Cara.
do
Yes.
a live stream and maybe people there might donate to the fund. But, that's why we have the eventbrite.com. So
Yes.
it's easy, you just find the event and go and make a donation, you know. So
Yes.
hopefully we can generate some more funds for the nonprofits.
Hmm.
Um, so far, we've had a few community partners who've already covered a bunch of the costs of marketing and, just running around and getting this thing up and running by the 29th. So
Hmm.
very grateful for all of that, taking place. And of course, my channel too is also donating time. So we're doing a
Yeah.
lot. Is doing a lot to make it happen. And I would really love for people to show up. Just come
Mm,
out, have some
yes.
fun. Have
Show
fun
up.
that day. Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing too, like Jess
Mhm.
FE of our Jess FE founder, Robbie Motter. She
Yes.
said, you just show up. It's, to
Yep.
me, I just let you know this years ago because
Hmm.
I show up. That's how I became involved in Jess FE. I
Hmm.
get to know you, all these different things because I show up.
I know.
I could say, oh, I don't feel like it. Okay, for whatever reason.
Yep.
You never know the treasure that
Hmm.
you find when you show up.
Exactly.
So, and this is going to be fun. So you're going to have auction,
Yeah.
game, and tell me, what is the resource table?
Well, resource table would be like information pamphlets,
Oh, see,
from
when
local
you show
organization.
up, yeah, when you show up, you never
Mhm.
know what resources you find.
Yep.
Maybe one of the resources that you see in there is something that you've been
Mhm.
looking for all this time.
Yep.
So you never know. And
Hmm.
all you have to do just make a commitment to show up.
Yes. And I know a lot of people are interested in the event and showing up that day because they are veterans or they have family members who are veterans and they believe in our cause and they say, wow, this is a great thing you're doing because
Hmm.
we need more help in the community, and not just veterans, but we're also helping the domestic abuse survivors and the youth aging out of foster care. So those are the three main demographics that we're serving. And of course, for this entire campaign, we're serving others as well. We're serving people who are helping entrepreneurs and business people. We're serving, like for example, you are one of the coaches, so you're
Hmm.
serving entrepreneurs and business people, or people transitioning from employment to self-employment. So that's a, that's quite a journey by itself. And people do need the support in order to make that transition. And
Yes.
we have authors,
And,
we have speakers. Yeah, we have all kinds. So it's
and
fun.
yeah, and talking about employment too, you
Hmm.
know, during my corporate or my employment, I was laid off twice.
Oh yeah, that
But
happens.
the first time, I think everybody in their
Mhm.
career. Otherwise, you really have not worked that's long
Well,
enough. But one
yep.
thing I learned, it pushed me to the next level,
Mhm.
when I get because the feedback I get when I did an interview, they do not look down on me. They just say, well, it's the company that lay you off. That's their
Mhm.
problem.
Yep.
You know, they lose you. And but I will tell you, for the two layoff that I get, when
Mhm.
I had the job for each one of them, my job was better than I had
Mhm.
before.
Yeah.
And it's
But
almost like push me to the next level.
exactly.
So to me, sometimes you never know. The
Yep.
same thing with my husband, during
Mhm.
COVID, he was furloughed and he
Mhm.
decided to find for another job. And guess what? The job that he has was much better than what he had. So sometimes we are too comfortable to
I
sit
know.
in our comfort zone, right?
Yep.
And sometimes it takes somebody else to push us out, you know.
Exactly. And we have to work on it.
So you never know. So that's one thing, my experience that I learned from my career. Just because you get laid off doesn't mean that's the end of your career.
Mhm.
It's
Exactly.
up to you how we we portray ourselves, how we project ourselves to
Yep.
others. And
Exactly.
that's what I was being taught. I was coached. You have to
Mhm.
project with confidence, and
Yep.
before you know it, you have a better job.
Mhm. Or you just have your own company.
Yes. Or before you know it, you have your own company instead of just working for somebody else.
And
You
you're the
never
CEO
know.
and the boss
Sometimes
lady.
that it takes that kind of incident for
Yeah,
you to get out from your comfort zone.
exactly. Hey, Angeline, it's been such a pleasure talking with you today. I'm so glad you made time for for us and to
Thank you for
so
inviting me. It's
generous.
not an honor
Thank
for
you.
you to invite me and discuss this Giving Tuesday. And
Hmm.
my last message to everybody, please show up,
Yeah, please.
because you never know
We need
who
it.
you will meet, what you will find
Yep.
in during this Giving Tuesday.
Yeah, we need all the
Thank you
support
so
that's
much for
important.
watching our show.
Thank you. I'm gonna turn on our little dance music and then sign off.
And you have a wonderful day. And I'm in Arizona. It's so nice right now, Arizona. Oh, it's such a nice
Thank
day.
you.